Welcome to Kalamazoo Lively Arts, the show that takes you inside Kalamazoo's vibrant creative community and explores the people who breathe life into the arts.
Support for Kalamazoo Lively Arts is provided by the Irving S. Gilmore Foundation, helping to build and enrich the cultural life of Greater Kalamazoo.
I'm John Koch at the historic Kalamazoo State Theater. On today's show, Jan Cruzy gets colorful with the McCursier Gallery, fires up glass at the Glass Arts Center, and rolls out the clay with potter Cathy Green.
My inspiration mostly comes from nature. I think you'll find that in my work. There's water in my work, sunsets, leaves. I make a series of leaves every fall, and they are very popular. I have flowered items, so mostly nature, I think, is what inspires me. So my clay comes in 25-pound bags. A lot of people, well, not lots, but several artists dig their own clay, and
oh my gosh,
I just don't have the time to do that. Oops.
This is pretty, I mean, hard, you know, that's very solid to make something pliable out of it. It seems like, wow, that's really hard.
Well, you want it firm so you can lift it and
right.
Work with it.
Okay.
If you're throwing on the wheel, you're adding water to it so it softens up.
Okay.
So we're going to take this handy dandy tool, a wire, and it basically just slices
oh my goodness, yeah.
a piece.
All right.
Rather even.
Oh wow, yeah. Now it even feels more more pliable. I mean, I can feel like we could make something out of this.
Most of my pottery is earth tone. It's a process of the firing. It's a higher firing. It's called high fire pottery. And a lot of those brighter colors would burn out. Although I've seen some new glazes come out, and I've been experimenting with a bright red and a bright blue. But I guess I just feel that with my motif, which is nature, it doesn't really work well with really bright colors. So they're more muted. So this is the roller, heavy duty, and I'm going to have you come over here and I'll move, and you're going to roll this way.
Okay. As if I'm steering a boat. I'm the sailor, I'm the captain of my ship here.
Yes, you are.
Am I doing okay?
Yes.
It's moving.
Perfect.
Is that all right?
No, it's flattening.
Okay.
So as you roll this roller over there, it's getting thinner and thinner.
Okay.
And we just have to kind of hold this up while we roll the roll back to its original position.
Okay.
I think there's the variety of product I have is mostly because I get bored making the same thing over and over and over again. The galleries I work with, I mean, there's a certain amount of product that I have to get to them in terms of bowls and casseroles. But I do like to experiment with some more of the fun stuff just because I think it helps keep my mind working properly and you're not just stuck in a rut. But even on the wheel, you could throw many different kinds of things and they wouldn't look the same. In fact, no piece is the same as another one. But I think most of my variety comes from this. It's stimulating to do other products than just bowls and cups and the same old, same old. The next thing we want to do to make sure the clay doesn't stick to this is spray it with a general cooking spray. And that will keep the clay from sticking.
Okay.
The next step we're going to take is you're going to lift this carefully and place it in there. You're going to want to lift from both ends.
Because it still is quite heavy.
Yeah. So we'll leave that just loose for now.
All right.
But you're going to take a damp sponge
all right.
and clean up your finger marks and make sure it fits nicely into the piece. I use a couple different type of handles, or a couple different textures on my handles, I should say. I always start out with a coil, so you're going to take a piece and roll it into a coil. And I just use the palm of my hand. So it's about, oh, I would say maybe 3/4 inch wide. You're kind of flat there, so.
I know I am kind of flat.
So maybe you want to start again. You've got a flatness in it that's not going to go away, so.
All right.
And maybe go on this surface instead of the fabric.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So what I want to do is roll it, right?
Roll it here.
On the palm of my hand.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll put your hand this way. There you go. And you're still getting lumpy.
Why am I getting lumpies?
I don't know.
You make it look so easy, and it's really not.
Well, that's better now. It's round. My first experience with pottery was in high school. I took some Ed Park classes. They're alternative education classes, and one was a pottery class down in the basement of the old art museum. And there was such a wonderful instructor. His name was Mr. Sudzik. I don't know if he's still alive today, but he was very inspiring, just wild about pottery, and he somehow managed to make us students feel the same way about it. And although I only took one class in high school, I always remembered that. And after I went through college and worked for 20 years, I got back into pottery. I took a class down at the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts, and I thought, what have I been missing all these years? So I started right back into it. I use different wood blocks or stamps, but today we're going to use that wood block over there, if you wouldn't mind grabbing it. And you're going to roll your clay across it, maybe at a diagonal. There you go.
Okay.
And it should put a nice little crease in it.
Yeah.
Looks good.
All right.
Everything we attach has to be attached with slip or water.
Okay.
And both pieces need to be roughed up so that it catches the piece better.
All right.
So you can take your knife and make some rough edges on the bottom of your handle.
Okay.
Good. So then we would place this and kind of mark it, kind of show where it's going to be, take it back off, and now we need to rough up those two places too.
With the knife?
Mm-hmm. I had a gallery in Plainwell called Bridge Street Gallery and owned that till 2006, and I just decided I couldn't run that and do my artwork as well, so I decided to move my business home, but I get to do my pottery full time, so I'm very happy. So this is slip. It's a liquid clay.
Okay.
It's basically
just clay with water in it.
Yeah. What we're going to do with this is pull it up through our bulb syringe.
Okay.
And then we've got a tip on it, and we're going to spell something with that.
Okay.
So we'll draw up some of the slip. Just take the extra off, and this will work like this.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? So you can use that and spell anything or do anything you want.
Okay. Let's see, what should we do? How about K L A. Kalamazoo Lively Arts.
Now, Jan, I understand that you came up with something special on your own with Cathy Green. Somewhere in here is your work of art.
Oh, you guys, you got it. All right.
I love it.
Woo, thank you. Oh, that's so great. How did you get it? Oh, that turned out pretty good. Wow, that's amazing. It even has my name. It even has my name on the back. Yes, isn't that great?
Very nice.
KLA, I know it.
That's nice.
I won't drop it, but this was harder to make than you can ever imagine. Because first you had to roll it out, and then you had to shape the edges, and then you had to put the handles on, which was really hard.
Those handles are really nice.
I know it. See, Cathy did because she's very artistic, and I am not. So she put the handles on. But no, thank you very much. That's really cool.
And what makes her art so unique?
I think that, as you can see with this piece and some of the other pieces, that she adds a lot of color. And normally when you think of pottery, it's browns and earth tones, but she puts a lot of color into her work. This is a color that I picked out. It's actually a bluish green, but she has things that are red, yellow, and does some sunflowers in yellow and some really cool things. So not a lot of potters use color like she does, so it's very nice.
Well, it's a very nice piece.
Thank
and
you.
Very nice story.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very impressive.
And up next, Jan takes us to downtown Kalamazoo to meet the team at the McKersher Gallery.
MRC is a nonprofit organization that puts adults with disabilities to work. ArtWorks is one branch of MRC. There are several different branches, and here we bring our artists in to help them learn how to create art, but we also teach them to sell the artwork, so they have that interaction with the community. MRC started an art program because there was an interest in art. A lot of our clients and individuals expressed interest in art, and art therapy is an excellent way to help them heal and show their emotions.
Jeanette, now we have a blank canvas here, and you are great at painting trees. So tell me how you would start as far as your background is concerned with the sponge.
Well, we do this way.
Okay, can I try that? See if I can do it. Probably not, because I'm not as good as you are.
You're doing that.
You're the artist.
Yes.
Not me. You're the artist, okay? Okay, so now we're making our background.
And I need yellow.
Yellow? Okay.
Yellow.
We'll get some yellow, and then we'll put the yellow in the background too.
We do all sorts of arts. We do acrylic on wood boards. We do female clay. We do beading and jewelry. We do felting, needle felting. We do crocheting and yarn work. So we open our studio up to a wide variety of artwork. We do what they want to do. So if they come in with an idea, we're like, yeah, let's try that. And if it sells well, we continue with it.
Okay, where do we start with a tree?
You could go like this.
Okay.
And sometimes, like my teacher says, you could go over some of them.
Okay.
Like this.
Okay. Now I can hardly see that. That's really just the beginning, isn't it? When you get the tree that looks like your picture.
Right.
Where you have to keep going over it and over it and over it.
Yes,
Okay.
we have to do it because it sells more.
Okay.
What the customers want to buy it, they get to, oh, this is a nice way to do it.
Okay.
And you want to do half good, not do
Right.
it all.
Right. Okay. Jeanette, why do you like being here so much? Why do you like doing this?
Because it gives me something to do.
Why do you think art is so important?
Well, before I went to my culture, they're talking about MRC. I like it.
What would you be doing if you weren't here, Jeanette?
I'd be bored.
You'd be bored.
I
Yeah.
get nervous, stuff.
Right. So
I
it's,
want to be here with Janelle and Holly and the new one.
why do you like drawing trees? Why do you
Because
like
it's my favorite. Because they sell more. They sell more than a cat. Because trees do some more. Because they're like a plant. They grow like a plant.
Okay, let's keep on with our trees.
Our instructors work on a one-to-one basis with people. We sit in the middle of our tables and work around our tables. Everybody is assigned a workspace, so they have their own workspace. When they come in, we have them do sketches, and then we do thumbnails, and we do research, and we use a lot of research offline for what the instructors will look at what's trending and what's popular right now so we can create sellable art. We'll take their sketches and their thumbnails and we'll ask them what they want to do with it. Once we figure out what they want to do, whether they want to do clay or painting, we help them transfer that onto the medium that they want to use.
You did it.
Not bad.
And you could go this way too.
Okay.
I can't, you know. I like art because it gives me something to do. You make money to help people out. Brushes and paint. Some of that money goes back to the staff, buy some paints and brushes and stuff.
Have you always liked art?
I love art. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to quit because I love it. I'm out in the community. You're home. You had to lose your roommate, Yaki. You know.
Who taught you how to be an artist, Jeanette? Who taught you how to be an artist?
Myself.
You're self-taught
Yes.
through here.
Yes, from MRC.
Through being at MRC, you learned to be an artist.
Yes. Why I like it, because I'm here with all my friends. And in the lovable teachers I got. Especially Janelle.
The artwork is important for our artists because they are able to express themselves and they are able to create something and be proud of it. It really helps with their self-esteem. It helps them learn the job skills that they're going to need to get a job in the community in the future. And with their artwork being so reasonably priced, they get that paycheck, so they get that reinforcement that I can do this.
And Jan, what makes the ArtWorks program so special?
I think it's really special because it gives adults with disabilities an outlet to do something creative, to paint, to sculpture, to make a creative project. They have a purpose every morning where they get up, get out of bed, get on the bus a lot of times, and make their way down to downtown Kalamazoo to work on their art projects every day. And they're there from 10 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
And I understand they have a gallery on the mall.
They do have a gallery on the Kalamazoo Mall, and what makes it nice is that people stop by, come in, look at the paintings on the wall and say, I'd like that one, and then the artist will come and talk about their work a little bit. And when a piece is sold, the artist actually gets a portion of the sales. So they feel like they have a job to do, like they can make money from this, like they have a purpose. And when I was there, when we were working on an art project, it was really fun because they have a whole concept about how they want to put the colors in and what the scene should look like. And for me, who's not an artist, it was really fun as well.
Great. Thank you for that story. And up next, Jan gets to blow glass at the West Michigan Glass Arts Center.
The West Michigan Glass Arts Center was founded in 2002 by 4 local glass artists who wanted to come together and give glass artists and the public a chance to come together, look at art, create art, and learn about art, specifically glass art. In 2003, they were incorporated into a nonprofit. And then in 2010, we were able to incorporate our 4 various studios, which were throughout the Park Trade Center, into this one big, beautiful space.
Now, this is really hot. How hot is this?
This is 2100 degrees.
And inside of this, and you call this a
furnace.
A furnace,
yes.
Is liquid glass.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So now we're going to go in and what do you
get a gather of glass.
Get a gather of glass.
So we're going to open the door. And
Woo!
it's all orange.
Man,
Come
it's
stand
hot.
by me.
Okay.
We're going to rest on the ledge there. You're going to start turning. Bring your end up and go down into the glass. And there's the glass.
I see it. Okay.
All right.
All right. And just bring a little bit out. And just bring a little bit out.
Yep. You're going to put your left hand down here. Keep it turning. Keep it turning. And walk over to the marver. And you're going to start marvering right here.
And what did you say? What's the term?
Marver. M-A-R-V-E-R.
Now what am I
Marver.
doing to the glass right
You
now?
are cooling and shaping the glass. So right now we're pushing the glass off of the blowpipe so you have more glass to blow.
Okay.
We're slowly going to bring your end up. We're going to pick it up and rest it off the back of the marver. And you're going to keep it turning and blow.
Why is it so important to keep it turning?
Because otherwise it will droop down.
Depends on if it's summer or not. We move into classes. We're teaching classes all day, so we have instructors and students coming and going, or campers during summer camp. We also rent our studio spaces to local artists. So we'll have renters coming in and setting up and working on their pieces. We also rent equipment, so artists can come in. We have a lot of fusing artists who will create their pieces at home and then bring them into the center to fuse them in our kilns, so they don't have to make the investment in kind of some heavy-duty equipment. So they'll be coming in throughout the day. We're pretty busy just with people coming in and out. We'll be giving tours to people walking in off the street. We have our gallery here, the Reflections Gallery, which is home to over 20 local glass artists. It's open every day and people will be coming in here to purchase glass, to view glass. So we're pretty busy.
I just blow right into this?
Yep. Good, keep blowing. And you're gonna blow it right up. Okay, slow down. There you go.
Slow down, I blew too hard.
So there's your bubble.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Now what would this, I mean obviously this isn't anything,
we just
but
let blow.
yeah. Now, what would I do next? If I wanted to actually physically make something, what would be next?
We would go in and get another gather
of glass.
Yep.
Okay.
If we didn't let it blow up that much.
This is heavy, and blowing is,
I'm gonna let go of it.
Let go of it?
Yeah.
It could be a face. It could be, let's see, like if there's a nose. And that's interesting. Now I would let it cool. Now how long does that take approximately?
About a minute to let cool, and then you can go in and get another gather.
And then I could
of
go
glass.
in and get another one.
If you went in right now and got another gather of glass, it would be
melt.
too hot.
It would go into this. Right. Exactly.
We've been a big part of the Kalamazoo community right from the very beginning. We were founded by local community members. They're still involved in the organization, either as instructors or artists or board members. And then right from the very beginning, the mission of the center was to bring the public into a sphere where they could interact with glass, which can be an intimidating art form for, you know, a novice or someone who's uninitiated. So right from the very beginning, we've always participated in Art Hop. We have an event called Explore Glass Art Day, where the public can come in and try kind of 45-minute mini lessons in all of our studios. And it's all about bringing the general public in to experience a really unique art form that a lot of people, you know, a lot of universities don't have, you know, glass in their fine art programs. So this is a way for us to let the community see kind of something truly unique to Kalamazoo.
And how, when you make, you don't make the glass, but how does the glass go in there? What form do you put it in?
It's called batch, and it's in a powdery pellet type form, and we turn up the furnace, we increase the heat in the furnace and shovel the batch into the furnace once a week. We have to keep filling the furnace. The furnace holds 380 pounds of glass. 380 pounds? Yes. And how many people or artists would that, you know, students when you teach the classes, that would be, it would 380 pounds would actually be like 2 full weeks of heavy glass blowing. Okay. So we can get a lot out of 380 pounds. And
you ever turn the furnace off?
No.
Never.
24/7.
Never turn the furnace off.
Nope. We only turn it up.
Up.
Yes.
And how hot is it?
It's 2,100 degrees.
2,100 degrees, and you never turn it off. Right. 365 every day of the year. It's on. Because if you turned it off, or if you lost power, would that affect that? If you lost power?
Yeah, the glass would cool. If we lost power, we would have to come and hook a generator up to it, because the glass would cool down into just a big solid clump and probably crack the whole furnace. It would ruin the furnace if it cooled down too quickly. So we would have to, if we wanted to turn it off, if we needed to do maintenance or something, we would have to remove all of the glass from inside the furnace in order to do that. Yeah.
Well, I think for me personally, art is something that's created. It's created from a drive of an artist. It doesn't necessarily have to be a physical piece. It can be music. It can be, you know, a poem. But I think it has to be art. It has to come from an inner drive of the artist, and that's what you see a lot here from our artists, is they're creating these pieces, and because glass is such a literally fluid medium as you work with it, they'll start out with one idea, and then as they're working with the glass, even if it's not turning out to be quite what they want, that drive inside them is pushing them to work the glass into something just truly amazing. So I think art is a creation more than it is anything else. It's the creation of a piece that an artist needs to get out into the world.
And Jan, I understand the Glass Arts Center is not a place just to create, but a place to learn as well.
Right. They have a lot of classes there for both adults and kids where they can learn glass blowing and all about glass art. So it's not just a studio, although they have a great gallery there, but it's learning how to make the glass, and then learning how to finish off the glass, and then learning what paint you need to use to make color in the glass. So it's really an interesting experience.
I think a lot of people have thought about doing that, but were you scared at any point, and what surprised you?
It's so hot. That's what surprised me the most, is that the fire, when you dip the wand in to actually collect, it's called collecting the glass, it's just incredibly hot. And it was, you know, a warm day when we were there, and I'm like, is it always like this? And that furnace never stops, so it's 365 days a year. They have to keep that. And when you capture the glass, when you put the wand in and bring it out, it's really heavy. And I didn't expect it to be that heavy. I thought glass, how heavy could glass be? But when you bring it out and actually start twirling it, it's extremely heavy. That coupled with the hot fire, it was like, wow, this is a real interesting experience. Not one I'm sure that I would like to do, you know, on a regular basis, because it's very demanding.
And you get a lot of experiences on Kalamazoo Lively Arts.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Jan. And thank you for joining us on this week's episode of Kalamazoo Lively Arts. Next week, we have a special festival episode where we see the Kalamazoo community come together around art. From the Kalamazoo State Theater, I'm John Koch. Have a good night.
Support for Kalamazoo Lively Arts is provided by the Irving S. Gilmore Foundation, helping to build and enrich the cultural life of Greater Kalamazoo.